A very cheerful morning to my dear students. As we know, we are discussing the chapter number 17, Forest. Firstly, we covered about the definition of the forest. What is forest? A forest is a large area of land where we see variety of plants and animals and microorganisms existing in their natural habitat. Then we discussed about the description of the forest, about canopy, crown and understory. Then the next topic was uses of the forest. Different uses we studied about the forest, in which the most important one was that they purify air and maintain a balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in air. As we all know that we take in oxygen and carbon dioxide is given out, and the same carbon dioxide is utilized by the plants for the process of photosynthesis. Then we studied about the food chain. What was food chain? A chain in which one organism eats another one is called as a food chain. So a process of eating and being eaten is known as a food chain. And when we interlink many food chain together, it forms a food web. Now the next topic that we are going to study today is decomposer. As we know that all living organisms get their food from the dead bodies of the other plants and animals. Not only do the living bodies of the living organism provide food for others, but their dead bodies also serve as a food. As we know that the dead bodies of the plants and animals are food for fungi and bacteria which live in the soil. Fungi and bacteria are found in the soil. So these organisms are basically the decomposer. Due to their activity of decomposer, the bodies of the plants and animals get reduced to a substance from which they were made. For example, I will tell you, carbohydrates are broken down to carbon dioxide and water, and other substances are broken down to minerals which return to the soil. So basically, decomposers are the recycler. They recycle the substances from which the living things are made so that they can be observed again from the soil. So this was all about decomposer. They are basically the dead decaying organic matter which will increase the fertility of the soil. Next topic is dependence of plants on animals. How plants are dependent on animals. Firstly, I have told you also that carbon dioxide is required for the photosynthesis, which is given out by animals only. And for pollination also, what was pollination? The transfer of the pollen grains, which is done by animals also. And for the process of seed dispersal and fruit, which is done by animals only. So this is how they are dependent on animals. Next is dependence of animals on plants. Now how we animals and human beings are dependent on plants, we will study. We know that food like grasses, leaves, vegetables, nuts, everything we get that from plants only. So we are dependent on plants. For oxygen, we know that oxygen is released by the plant during the process of photosynthesis, and which is required by the animals for the process of respiration. So this is how we are dependent on plants. As we also know that many birds, animals lives on the trees, and trees also serve as a source of shelter for a number of animals like monkey. So plant is providing a shelter to the animals also. The next topic is destruction of forest. We have studied about deforestation. What is deforestation? The large scale felling of the trees is known as deforestation. Once the area which was densely covered by the forest is now being cut down because for the requirement of the human population for the building purposes. Now we will study what all are the large scale human population activities which has led to the destruction of the forest. First is that to increase the food production, forest land has to be converted into an agricultural land so that it can meet the food requirement. Next, to create more houses. As we all are aware that the population is increasing at an alarming rate, and this population requires houses to be built up, so obviously the forest has to be cut down. To create transport facilities, construction of the road has increased at many fold. Increase in the industrial development has also led to deforestation also. Increased wood requirement for building for making up of furnitures, industrial requirements, which will lead again to the cutting of the trees. Overgrazing of animals is also a very big problem, whose numbers have increased with the increasing human population, has reduced the plant cover also. Now we come to the last topic of this chapter, that is conservation of the forest. How can we conserve or save the forest? Firstly, by afforestation. Large scale planting of the trees is known as afforestation. It helps to save the environment from the bad effect which we have studied of global warming, like soil erosion, floods are controlled, reduction in the rainfall, all will be controlled. All these problems will be solved if we are planting more and more trees. By preventing overgrazing also of the animals, we can conserve forest. Protection from the forest fires also. Plant cultivation and wise use of the agricultural land can be a big source to conserve the forest area.